What's going on, everybody? It is May 24th, 2024. We're continuing our countdown to the college football season. The target date, August 31st, the Saturday of week one. Yesterday, we had number 100. That team was South Alabama. And today, team number 99, as we're 99 days away from the college football season, Jacksonville State. The Jacksonville State Gamecocks from Conference USA, Jacksonville, Alabama, just northeast of Birmingham. They play their games at Burgess Snowfield at JSU Stadium, a 24,000 capacity stadium, which has undergone a lot of renovation here recently, especially since their entrance into FBS. They kind of spruced things up a little bit, and you see it right here. It opened on November 15th, 1947, so it's old, but it's definitely not the oldest in college football. They had a long stint in the Ohio Valley Conference as well as the Southland Conference. They were in 10 conferences total, as well as independent about 3 times in the 120-year history of the program. So they're led by head coach Rich Rodriguez, and if that sounds familiar, it's because he's been around. He's been around as head coach, and he's been around as offensive coordinator for years, for decades. So he's gearing up for his second season with the Gamecocks. They finished 9-4 on the year last year, with a pretty thrilling 34-31 overtime win in the New Orleans Bowl versus the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. So, offensive coordinator Rod Smith is calling the plays for Jacksonville State, but if you know, you know. Rich Rod is the mastermind behind the offense. So he's always been this proponent of a no-huddle, spread-type offense, run out of the shotgun. But it's usually with a heavier focus on running, option plays, read options, and things like that. It's a coaching philosophy he's had since the 90s, really, and he was kind of upfront on that. Yeah, there were some sort of spread offenses, the air raid, for example, that kind of came into place early on, like in those times, but he was kind of an earlier adopter of it. A lot of teams in the 90s and even way up into the 2000s and beyond were still huddling, still going under center, using I formation and things like that. So he was ahead of the game there. So for Jacksonville State, the coaching staff, they've got a lot of work cut out for them. They got some big playmakers they've got to replace, including their veteran quarterback, Zion Webb, who's leaving the program, who has graduated. So the composite recruiting rankings right now for Jacksonville State is 128th in the country. Their transfer ranking is 115, and these include quite a few 3-star athletes, so they're rebuilding. They had a great base. They've got a great philosophy. They've got great groundwork. They just need to get the players in there to replace the great players that they had that led them to that 9-4 year. And they had some success when they were still in FCS the past several years. They were not a bad team. I mean, they were good enough. That's how you get to FBS. If you're an FCS team, that right there is how you get to FBS level. You get on up to the level. And that's just what they did. They did join FBS with Sam Houston State. They were not alone back in 2023. Sam Houston State was the other team, the other school. I'll tell you a little bit more about Jacksonville State here. The mascot is named Cocky, and he was introduced in 1967. The Gamecocks have a great band, and they're called simply the Marching Southerners. You should check them out. They're pretty good. And one final note here, the school colors were originally purple and white up until 1945, where the board there at Jacksonville State voted to change the colors to red and white, where it's still that to this day and probably will be for the foreseeable future to the end of time. So there you go. Jacksonville State, Rich Rod looking to have some success. They had a great start last year. We'll see if they can continue it this season. That is team number 99, the Jacksonville State Gamecocks from Conference USA. Stay tuned tomorrow. May 25th is going to be our 98th team on the list. Stick with us. We got a long road ahead of us, folks, right here at Ride Along Sports. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.